Look at that. That is exactly what we came to northern Minnesota to find. Good morning, everyone. Kurt Walbeck, host of Outdoor Bound TV. Today we are in Lake Winnibigosh in northern Minnesota in search of some of this Lake Winnie gold. That's right, jumbo perch. Now, Lake Winnibigosh was known for years and years as a perch mecca. And then over the last 10, 15 years, a lot of those perch seem to disappear. But I'm here to tell you, the perch are back. And we're gonna see if we can find some of these beautiful jumbo perch on Lake Winnibigosh in northern Minnesota. So stick with us. You know, one of the things I really appreciate about Lake Winnibigoshish is the number of different species here in this body of water. You know, we've been up here and we've done walleye shows and we've done northern pike shows and crappie and so on. And, you know, today we're chasing jumbo perch. And I talked a little bit earlier that, you know, Winnie was really known very, very well for jumbo perch fishing. And then it seemed like for a while the perch started to disappear. But what was happening is the walleyes were just starting to populate like crazy. And I think a lot of cases, walleye and perch are pretty tough to live together because one is prey and one is predator. So it makes it a little bit tough in that situation. But what we're seeing today is a huge young class of walleyes ranging anywhere from 12 inches all the way up to 26, 27 inches. So that bodes very, very well for the walleye fishing. And the perch fishing, well, it's really starting to come back. The last couple of years, we've seen a lot of really good perch, and some of the numbers and some of the size of the fish that we're starting to see now are starting to borderline that real true giant, or we call jumbo perch here in Minnesota. Oh, there's a mark. There you hit it. I tell you what, I love when that rod gets bent, no doubt about it. Oh, well, come on. A little wrapped up in the transducer here. Oh, he is upset. He doesn't like being topside. Look at that. Just another great perch. This is probably an 11-inch perch, I would say. Great eater size. Fantastic looking size perch. You know, we've seen some upwards of 12, 13, 14 inches. So this is going to be the future here on Lake Winnie. Take a look at that beautiful golden perch. So what I'm using today is just a small gold PK Predator spoon. It's just a small gold spoon, and I love gold when we're out in the bright sunlight. It seems to really reflect in the water, and this has also got a small Wyoming blade on it, so there's a lot of flash. And then what I'm doing is I'm just tipping it with a minnow head. I've just put the minnow head on one of the treble hooks, and then I pinch off the rest of the minnow. The minnow itself is a fat head and it's a little bit too big for most perch. So what I'm doing is just using the minnow head and then just bouncing that maybe 6 inches off the bottom, and these perch are coming right up off the bottom. Now we're in about 18 feet of water right now, but I don't know if that's the key. We've seemed to move from 15 to 18 and even out to 20, and these perch are roaming through these sand flats here on Lake Winnie. So I think you just need to drill holes, move around, and find those perch.
Okay, I got a little nicer fish here. Ooh, yeah. Oh yeah, there's a bread and butter Winnie walleye. One thing that Winnie is so famous for is these beautiful pan sized walleyes, and look at these beautiful jumbo perch. Oh my gosh, Lake Winnie is on fire. It's awesome. It's a beautiful day here. Blue skies, sunshine. We're catching some really nice, beautiful pan sized walleyes and some beautiful perch. So the DNR has done such a great job of managing this lake, and we're really excited for the future, and it's all good. Can't wait to enjoy a fish fry tonight. I'm gonna get back and go try to catch another one.
Hi, I'm Gerry Albert. I'm a retired large lake specialist from Lake Winnibigoshish, and I was a large lake specialist here from 1989 through January of 2000. Oh. Yeah, decent fish. Another Winnie keeper. It's over 9 inches long, so we'll keep it for the frying pan. The perch population has been up and down. We had a period about 5-6 years ago where we had a lot of small fish and not very many quality fish. And those small fish have grown up, and now we have a lot of quality fish like this one swimming around in the lake. And there's a lot of people out here having fun catching them. There are also a lot of small fish too, so you still have to sort through the little guys, but there's plenty of nice ones to take home for dinner.
This one feels like a better fish. Oh yeah, he's all flared out. He's just mad. Look at that, beautiful perch. I love catching perch, and I love to see such a great different year classes here. So that bodes well for the future for here in Lake Winnibigosh. I'm gonna let this guy go.
Whoa, got him. Oh, feels pretty gol darn good. Uh-oh. We don't have a perch. Another pike. Yeah, sometimes they just don't want to come out of the hole. And these, on Winnie, even though it's short, they do have a lot of meat in the back, and they're with the new length limits, it's under 22 inches, and they make a great meal. It tastes really good out of Winnie. The cycling of the perch population on Winnie has a lot to do with predator-prey relationships. We have a lot of pike and a lot of walleyes in the lake. And the walleye population varies a lot. The pike population stays pretty much consistently high. And as that walleye population goes up and down, the perch seem to work in reverse, the opposite. So if there's a lot of walleyes out there, the perch is their primary prey species. So they feed on them a lot and knock the population down a little bit. Not necessarily a bad thing, because if there's less numbers of perch, there's less competition for each fish for food and space, and that can allow them to grow a little bit faster. Right now, we're looking at a period where we're recovering, the walleye population is recovering from a period of relatively low abundance and now becoming very high abundance. So the perch that we're catching now were probably spawned during the time period when there were few walleyes, or relatively few walleyes in the lake.
Outdoor Bound TV is brought to you by Cold Nation Outdoors and Mountain Dew.
In the 70s, there was a bag limit for perch of 100 fish. That was in the late 70s. In the early 70s, there was no limit for perch. In the mid to late 70s, Winnie became pretty popular, and lots of stories about truckloads of perch going out of the lake were circulating. So the DNR took a look and did a creel survey and found there was very high harvest of perch. At that point, a limit of 100 was put on the lake. That lasted for quite a while until in the 90s. We saw that 70% of the harvestable length perch were being harvested from the lake on an annual basis, and that wasn't sustainable. So that triggered what's now the 20 daily and 40 in possession limit for the state. And there were other lakes that were in that same situation where they were being over-harvested. That's why it went as a statewide limit instead of just a Lake Winnibigoshish limit. With the 20 daily and 40 in possession, the perch population seems to have stabilized, and we continue to produce quality fish in the lake. Those quality fish will only last, though, if people are a little bit conscientious about the length of fish they take. And a lot of people ask me, what size perch is the best to take? Well, I think 9 inches, it gives you a good piece of meat, and it's a fish that's reproduced for a couple of years, so it's put more fish back in the system. That's a pretty good minimum length for perch harvest. And just out of, it's kind of curious that the average length of a harvested perch on Winnie through many years of creel survey is 9 inches. So it looks like people are overall following that, and it's just a good practice to let some of those smaller fish go and grow up for the future.
It's not a small fish. He's bending it a little bit. I love when they take drag. Look at that. Just the perfect size, great eating fish, about a 10-inch perch. Look at them all flared up. Awesome.
Yeah, Winnie has had a few exotic species that have been introduced to the system. Among those, zebra mussels, which caused some extreme clearing of the body of water. Where we're used to having water clarity, you can see down in the lake 5-6 feet. You could see a jig on the bottom and 15 to 20 feet. That has since reversed. Now we're back, or at least last summer, we were back to 5-6 feet of water clarity. And that doesn't appear to have affected the perch population negatively at all. However, that did change some things, because now we have all of these little mussels down on the bottom that are a prey base for crayfish. The crayfish seem to be utilizing them as food, and the crayfish population has really boomed. And anybody that fishes perch a lot, you've probably seen plenty of crayfish in the stomach of a perch. They do pretty well on a perch diet, so that seems to be helping the perch. We got a bite. Yeah, today we've been trying a lot of different ways to catch them. We've been jigging mostly, a little bit of waxworm, a little bit of minnows, a little bit of just plain artificial rubber. And what seems to really be working for them is just the plain old hook and minnow. And we'll see if this works. Well, not a big one. But here's one of the middle-sized perch that in a couple of years will be a keeper. Or at least it'll be over 9 inches long. Perch grow relatively slow on Winnie. It takes them 6 years to become, on average, to become 9 inches long. That's averaging males and females. The males grow slower than the females. 10-inch perch, 7-ish years. Those fish that you see like this one that are 11 and a half, 12 inches long, those fish are 10 years old, 9 to 10 years old, don't have much time left in the system. Every once in a while you get faster growing fish that by 7 they'll hit that 11 to 12 inch range, but that's the rare individual.
Oh, this one's got a little more weight to it. This one looks like he might have some shoulders. Oh yeah, it's another one that will eat. Look at that. You know, it's probably a 10, 11 inch perch. Nothing wrong with that at all. We'll take these all day. Incredible.
Just a little one. Another one for next year. That one's about a 4-year-old fish. There's a nice perch. Nice quality 10.5 or so inch perch. More dinner. Oh yeah. Nice. Feels like a good one. Oh yeah, nice keeper. This one would probably be a 7-year-old or maybe 8-year-old fish. Probably 7. It just depends, male or female. There's a lot of growth difference between the male and the female. As we get later in the year, then the females will have more eggs. More towards spring, and they'll have a very large stomach area, which you guess that they're probably female. Even a fish like this, it's possible, it's likely a female, but it's possible it's a male. In our assessments, we've caught 12-inch males on Winnie, so usually a female, but it could be a male. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ready? Nice fish. Very nice fish. Hope this one's a walleye. Oh, come on. Oh yeah, yeah. We got the walleye. The slot on Winnie is from 18 to 23 inches you have to release, and this is just a real nice 15, 16 inch long fish. Perfect for the frying pan. And there's, on Winnie right now, there are a lot this size, and there are a lot smaller than this, and then there's a gap between this size and that 22 inch type, but that's all going to be filled in because we have 3 really strong year classes right now. The 2018 year class, which this one likely is, 2019 year class that's about 10 to 11 inches long, and 2020 year classes that right now is 5 to 6 inches long. So things are looking good on Winnie.
Outdoor Bound TV is brought to you by Otter and PK Lures.
Looks like Gerry's running for another perch over there. I tell you what, it's been an incredible day here on Lake Winnibigoshish. A big thanks to our friends at Bowen Lodge. What an awesome lunch out here on the ice. If you're interested in coming to Lake Winnie in the Deer River area of Minnesota, check with many of the resorts. A lot of them maintain ice roads out onto the ice, and they can turn you on to where the hot bite is. And we hope that you'll join us again here next week, when we'll bring you more great hunting and fishing action from around the U.S., around Canada, and around the world, right here on Outdoor Bound TV. Come on, bite it.
Outdoor Bound TV is brought to you by Markham Technologies and Venom Outdoors.
Let me explain that a little bit.
Right in the
What's that?
middle of a brat.
Oh, here he's got one behind him.
This is gonna be interesting.
What kind of dog do you have again?
The blooper roll.
Sorry about that. Oh, it's not there. I'm hungry for perch though. Oh!
Oh, he let go.
The agony of defeat.
Outdoor Bound TV is brought to you by Ice Force by Rapala and Strike Master.